sound. If you never heard about me, then you finna know me now. And believe it's going down. And believe it's going down. I made a move without a sound. Use lyrics as my weapons. I'ma spit a couple rounds. I may never know what $1 million brings, but I keep waking up to these $1 million dreams.
Yo. We are back at it. Top Prize Entertainment Podcast. We are back at it for season 2. Yes, season 2. If you have not seen season 1, topprizeentertainment.com. Every episode is on topprizeentertainment.com. Or you can YouTube Top Prize Entertainment. Subscribe to my channel. And you can watch all of my podcasts right there on YouTube as well. But season 2, I'm diving right in. The thing that men and women fuck up the most, which causes a rift between each other, and also is a detriment that can cause any relationship or any friendship to dismember. And that's the lack of communication. Yes. Communication is very pivotal in any relationship, friendship, partnership. Is very pivotal. Because communication, there's a level of understanding between the two. It's a directive dialogue that ends with an agreement. So if I tell my lady, all I want you to do is focus on the groceries, the laundry, and your basic necessities, and I'm going to take care of the rest. When she say yes or she say no, we're going to have a conversation, and it's going to be based off of her answer. So if she say, okay, yes, I'm going to take care of those necessities, and I'm going to let you take care of the rest. And then I turn around and I come home on a daily basis and I'm seeing shit everywhere, clothes everywhere. There's no food in the refrigerator. Then there's a level of accountability that can be held. I can hold you accountable for you not doing what you said you was going to do, based off of the communication that we had, because we had an agreement. Now, if you said no, I'm not just doing all of that. I'm going to take care of the light bill. I'm going to take care of the groceries. I'm going to take care of the laundry. And I'm also take care of my car note, or both of the car notes and insurance. Then we're having a dialogue, and we're having a directive conversation, to where at the end of that conversation, we are agreeing to what we're going to do as far as our parts in this relationship. That's communication. Most people, well, I won't say most people, in most relationships, you're having conversations. There's a lot of misconceptions in having conversations. It's a lot of things that you can easily forget when you're having a conversation. Most of the time when someone is trying to communicate with you, it's never a situation where we're both in a position where we can actually sit down and understand where we're both coming from. That's just like you saying, hey, when you come home, we really need to talk. So in my mind, when I get home, I know I have to talk about something. I don't know what it is yet, but when I get there, we're going to have to talk about something. That's the start of a healthy communicative dialogue. But if I get home from work and you just blabbing about what's wrong and what I need to do, and I start to feel like everything that I am doing is not good enough, then it's like it's going to be a back and forth conversation. Because now you attacking me and my character at this point. Because any man who has a woman who's tired of us leaving our socks all over the place, when you come home, there is no, hey baby, you keep leaving your clothes all over the place and the kids are watching you. We're the leaders of the household. Is it any way that you can just please not throw your clothes all over the place so we can have our home uncluttered? Then I'm like, you know what, baby? Yes, I've been fucking up. I will do my best to get better. And we're going to come to an agreement because I understand your level of frustration. But if I come home and can you pick your goddamn socks up? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? I'm like, now I'm just looking at you like, okay, the fuck? Fuck on somewhere, man. Fuck out my motherfucking face somewhere before I slap your ass. That's a conversation that can lead to an argumentative debate that you really don't want. And the problem is, in a lot of relationships, we're having conversations versus communicative dialogues. Like, you could talk to a motherfucker all day, but is that person really listening to what you're saying? Because if that person is listening to what you're saying, then that's when understanding comes. That's when, an agreement comes. And then once you make the agreements, if the agreements are not being held, that's when accountability comes into a factor. So that's one of the main things we really have to do better. We have to do better when it comes down to communicating with each other. Because, like I said, there's a way to communicate. Like you could be sitting here expressing your feelings to somebody, but you're not expressing them in a communicative way. You're conversing your feelings, and I'm not catching your drift. And at that point, I really don't give a shit. So again, just like I stated, we got to stop having conversations. Now, conversations is for small talk, in relationships. Little petty shit that y'all be talking about, a little goofy shit. Things that you're going to talk about, but you really don't care about, but you want to have some form of dialogue with your lady. Like when she's sitting there, she's telling you who got her fucked up at work. Or she's sitting there telling you about some shit that's going on between her friends and her family. And then a couple weeks later, she get to ask you, remember when I was telling you about such and such, such and such? And now you sitting there looking like, Now you're like, yeah, you was telling me about woo woo, knowing damn well you don't know what the hell she talking about. But she's still gonna tell you anyway, but it'd be best for you to already know sometimes. Those are the conversations. That's not communicating. And the main thing that women really have the problem with communicating is when they need help with their part of the agreement. Like, women will fucking struggle and damn near drown themselves trying to hold up their part while still meddling in our parts that we said we was going to do. Like, you can say, oh, the garbage is getting full. Well, shit, we only got 2 eggs left in the refrigerator. Stop fucking worrying about what I got going on. I'm going to take care of that. That's what we agreed on. Prime example. It's like me telling you that I don't want to be in a relationship with you no more. But I'm coming at you like, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this. I'm tired of you doing this. You always doing this. You can't never do right. You can't never treat me the way that I wanted to be treated. But not once did you say, hey, baby, look, I'm not attacking you, or I'm not, saying that you are 100% wrong. But I feel at this point, I'm unhappy with everything that's going on. That's the start of a communicative dialogue, aka communication. Because when you upset, when you're really upset about something, you're tired and you're over it, you start to blurt out shit. You just blurt it. And when you're blurting things, now the person you're blurting it out to is feeling attacked. And now they just like, you know what? Well, you ain't do this. Well, you ain't doing that. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. Everybody is blurting at each other, but nobody is taking the time to understand where they're coming from. Like, if you screaming at me, telling me about how unhappy you are, I'm going to scream right back at you and tell you how unhappy I am. And the only thing that both of you guys are hearing is that it's my fault. Versus sitting down and saying, hey, we have a problem. What can we do to fix it? What can we do? 9 times out of 10, especially men, when their lady is coming to them telling them how unhappy they are, excuse me, some of us will tend to shut down a little bit. And it's not because they're telling us that they're unhappy. It's the way you're coming forth with it. So if you're unhappy with everything that's going on in the relationship, All you have to do, man or woman, it don't matter. Set a time for y'all to sit down and have a conversation. I don't care if you say, hey, what are you doing on Tuesday, 3 o'clock? Nothing? Okay. I don't want you to plan anything. We're going to go out. We're going to have something to eat. And we just need to talk about some things. And we just need to go over some things. That's the start of a communicative dialogue. Because you know on Tuesday at 3 o'clock after y'all eat, or in the midst of y'all eating, y'all about to have a conversation, and both of y'all are going to have each other's undivided attention. But most people in relationships, they just be in the middle of the street, screaming at each other, be on the phone, screaming at each other, be in each other's faces at home, screaming at each other. Those are unhealthy conversations that we deem as communication. That's not communicating. It's not. You can't understand each other when you're having a screaming match. You can't come to an agreement. Well, technically you can. The only agreement that y'all will pretty much come to is a separation. But that's an unhealthy agreement. You've been with someone for X amount of years and y'all done put in all this work, but having unhealthy conversations and deeming it communication will have you both going in y'all separate ways. And how many times have you sat back and told your friends, like, hey, motherfuckers don't listen. Motherfuckers don't listen at all. Because 9 times out of 10, they don't be listening because of the way you brought it to them. If you bring negativity, it's only going to be countered with negativity. And that's where we got things fucked up. And that's one thing that we have to do better. And that's fully understanding each other and having a communicative dialogue that's healthy. But hey, not everybody can have that. Not everybody can have it. And that's why a lot of people, men and women, it don't matter. That's why I say people, are in situations that they are in now. A lot of relationships could be saved by having a healthy communicative dialogue. A lot can be saved. Because you can be sitting there telling me on Tuesday at 3 p.m. while we're eating that I'm tired of you. You're not doing what I need you to do. But then I'm like, okay, so what is it that I'm not doing? Now we're you know what I'm saying, I can ask you questions. What is it that I'm not doing? Well, you're not doing this. You're not doing this. You said you was going to do this, but you haven't done that. Okay. You're holding me accountable. I said I was going to make sure the rent is paid on time. I haven't been making sure the rent is paid on time. But let me tell you why I haven't been able to pay the rent on time. Now she's listening. Her ears are wide open. Oh, I didn't know you was going through that. Why didn't you just tell me? One thing, women, you have to understand is it's hard for a man to open up when we feel like we are failing. Because how can a man come to their lady after we done said we're going to do some shit, and when we turn around and look you in your face and say we can't do it? As a man, we're going to figure it out. Like I said, shit, the rent I might have to pay a $25 late fee. But guess what? It was paid. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make sure that I hold my end of the bargain. But while you sitting here telling me that, oh yeah, I'm tired of the rent being paid late. Hell, I'm tired of you waiting till we got a half a gallon of milk to go grocery shopping. I'm tired of when I get down to my last pair of drawers, you want to go do the laundry. I'm tired of the sheets stinking and funking up, and we don't have no other sheets to put on our bed. But you still want to Febreze this shit down and Lysol it down instead of taking your ass to the laundromat. So I'm telling you what the reason why I'm having issues. You're going to tell me the reason why you have issues, because we set the time, we set the standard, and we are going to have this conversation, and it's going to be a healthy, communicative dialogue. The problem in a lot of relationships is it just boils up. Shit just keep boiling and keep boiling and keep boiling. I keep telling you, you need to do this. I keep telling you, you got to do this. Keep telling you, you got to stop doing this. When you're yelling at me, I'm not going to give a fuck. Nobody cares when you're being yelled at. So that's one thing we have to practice. We have to come together as man and woman. We have to practice communication. Because like I stated before, you can't use a conversation as a form of communication. It doesn't work. You have to be able to understand each other. You have to be able to come to an agreement. And then if the agreement is not being held, then there's a level of accountability. That's communication. All that other shit is just a basic, unhealthy conversation that can turn into a big time explosion. And that can also turn detrimental to your relationship. And it can easily turn each other off. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Us being able to communicate versus conversing with each other. So, not sure if this message will reach the weak-minded people, but I hope that this message get through to a lot of us. This is something that we have to work on. Communication is key. We have to work on it in order for us to be strong. And the one thing about communication is that when you're being held accountable for the things that you didn't do, that you're not doing, that you agreed to do, it won't come off as you attacking us, me, you. It won't come off as, us feeling attacked because we know we're fucking up. And that's one of the things that will easily save a relationship. It's just by having a healthy understanding and agreeing to the things that y'all need done in order for y'all to move forward as a unit. Now, as far as friendships, communication and friendships, you're going to have a lot of conversations in friendships. Like, you're going to have a lot of conversations. But your real friend is going to come to you with some directives that they need you to agree upon. Because if you my friend and I ask you to be there for me at my lowest points, and I don't mean be there for me financially or anything like that. If I just need you to sit back and just listen to me, or just come over and just keep me company just so I can feel better, if you agree to do that, then that's what needs to be done. So if I'm on the phone talking to you and I'm telling you that, I'm going through some shit right now, man. I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's with you as my friend, when you agree that you will be there to comfort me in any form of way to help me be able to see clearly. That's what I need you to do. And if you're not doing that as my friend, then guess what? We can't be cool. That means you're not my real friend. Yeah. You're not my real friend. Because your real friend is going to understand when it's time to really hold each other accountable. When it comes down to you agreeing to be there for me, you not there for me. when I need you. And that's what we have to understand that, okay, yeah, we can be cordial. We can have conversations with a lot of people. But that person ain't my friend. Because my friend is going to take a regular conversation and then turn it into, so what's been going on with you, man? Like, everything been straight? You know, you good? Your family good? Everybody good? Checking up on everything and everybody that's close to your life. That is your friend. Hey, you need me to do something for you? You shouldn't have to ask your friend to be there for you. They should already know. That's why this part, when it comes down to friendship, you know who your real friends are. You know who the people that you just gonna have basic, conversation with just to, pass some time. But the factors are the same. You understand each other and you want to make an agreement to each other as friends. And y'all gonna hold each other accountable. How many times you told your friend, like, hey, motherfucker, hey, look, I've been going through some shit, nigga, and I ain't heard from you in a while, man. What the fuck's going on? Like, damn, man. You ain't got no time for your friend? What the fuck? Or you talk to your friend like, hey, man, I've been calling your ass 2 or 3 times, nigga. I thought your ass was dead, nigga. I thought I had to motherfucking call the police or some shit, nigga. I done called your motherfucking sister. I done called your girl. Ain't nobody, man. You not returning nobody calls? Like, what the fuck is your problem? Now you do that shit again, boy, I slap the shit out of you. Like, my right hand man's, we got to talk every day. Because if he don't hear from me out there a day, he damn near cussing me out. If I don't hear from him out there a day, I'm cussing him out. What the fuck wrong with you, nigga? You good? You straight, nigga? Do I got to catch a flight to come beat your ass, nigga? What's going on? Because we had agreements with each other to make sure that we're going to always make sure we look out for each other. And when we're not looking out for each other, we got to hold each other accountable. And when you hold each other accountable, it doesn't have to be no full-blown argument. It doesn't have to be that. Communication. Communication. That's all it is. A healthy dialogue. So just like I stated before, I'm hoping and praying that this message can get to everyone to understand that we have to retrain our brains on what it is to communicate and how to communicate versus having unhealthy conversations and deeming it communication. This is episode 1 of season 2 of Top Prize Podcast. Check us out. TopPrizeEntertainment.com. And also, again, you can subscribe to my YouTube page, Top Prize Entertainment. Thank you.
I made a move without a sound. You see lyrics as my weapons. I'ma spit a couple rounds. I may never know what $1 million